What's up, YouTube? I'm Janelle. In today's video, I'm going to help you learn how to avoid the solo supplements and hopefully snag a good cruise deal. Last month for my birthday, I like to travel for my birthday. Y'all, I know it's going to sound unbelievable, but I booked a last-minute cruise for $307 total, not per night. It was with MSC. I was on the Grandiosa. It was their first U.S. sailing for that particular boat. 8 days and 7 nights. Y'all can't tell me that's not no deal. I mean, it sounded too good to be true. Here is how I snagged it. The first website that I use to kind of track cruises is vacationstogo.com. It is free to use. All you need to do is enter your email. And yes, you are going to need to create an account. What I like about this is that you can filter it by the destination, the actual cruise line, and the length. They have a 90-day ticker. This is where you're typically going to find the deals. If you click on the solo supplement, they'll show you the ones that's less than 25%. Hold up. Yeah, so on here it has singles, cruises, and you can scroll down to where it says cruises with a low single supplement. Going back to read more about the ticker, it says our world famous 90-day ticker is a complete listing of last-minute cruises on the world's best cruise lines. If you see a cruise there that interests you, don't delay. Average availability is less than 7 days. Many cruises sell out within hours of sailing. So you do need to be searching, but when you see a deal that's within your budget, you need to hop on it before it sells out. Remember, these are last-minute cruises, y'all. So I'm going to go back to where it says singles, and it says find a bargain. You can do it by the month. Click on that 90-day ticker for the world's best last-minute cruise markdowns. It says all regions, cruise lines, cruise ships, number of nights, departure ports, all ports or places to visit. Cruises with a low single supplement. I'm going to talk about the single supplement in a minute. It's wanting my email. I should have already had this in. So you need to be a member of Vacations to Go. To help our single customers find the best cruise deals, we've searched all departures to identify the lowest single supplements and display them here. In some cases, like mine, there was no single supplement at all. I mean, I think they lost money having me cruise with them for that price. $300 is crazy, y'all. Here it says cheapest rate for singles and then ocean view balcony suite. Another tip, I'm always going to go with the lowest cabin, start out at the interior, and then see what deals you can find. But I'm just going to click on single supplement. So it goes from 0. We have a few zeros. These are from Canada. So, and it'll tell you no supplement. Again, I was doing this during Thanksgiving. It was a Black Friday sale. Typically, the months that you're going to find deals are off-season dates or off-season times like December through February. And I was cruising to the Caribbean. So that's Vacations to Go. The next site that I use is Cruise Plum. You go to cruiseplum.com. You're going to select cruise deals. You can select last-minute cruises or, again, like I did before, the solo sailings. And again, you can filter by the departure port, number of nights, and the actual cruise line. What makes Cruise Plum powerful is that it's going to show you price drops, historical pricing, and then you can put up cruise lines side by side so you can compare the prices. And y'all, this is where I saw MSC pull up and I said, wait a second, $300 for a week cruise? Something's awry. Like, why is this so cheap? Anything else that I need to mention for Cruise Plum? Looking here, yeah, you can go to the Cruise Plum solo deals. On their site, they say the cruises on the list will have a maximum solo supplement of 25%. Yeah, you know, it's going to be a little high, but hey. It says there's other ways to find solo deals. You can filter it by the ship, the route, the days, the cabin. It shows you the base fare for per person, the supplement, total price, and then, of course, the price per day. So we're looking for the lowest solo supplement and ideally no supplement at all. And it breaks it down for you price by day. Let's talk about why sometimes these cruise lines offer discounted deals. MSC is Mediterranean Shipping Company. Okay, they are known around the world for their shipping, and they actually have a cruise line. That's what MSC is. It is an Italian, it's European based. They are trying to appeal to the US market, and I really like what they're doing, y'all. For new customers, if you get a cheap deal with them, they are going to be trying to fill their cabins. A filled cabin is better than an empty one, right? So they price it aggressively to attract the new customers. Y'all, it was so good. I booked the interior Bella. I'll get more into this during the cruise series. And then they upgraded me to a deluxe balcony. Like, I'm telling you, it made no sense at all. And I'm going to be promoting them. Like, I did not get no influencer package. I promise you. I just found a good deal. The value is going to be fantastic if you're flexible. Okay. Some of you all who regularly watch me, my birthday just happens to fall during the months that's low peak travel. If I was trying to do this in the summer or some of these holiday cruises, I would not have been able to snag this. Okay. So keep that in mind. You are going to need to be flexible with your dates. And this was also the boat's first US sailing. So I do think that they were trying to get as many passengers as possible on there. So book late, be flexible. I am 100% type B personality. I do things last minute, and I'm going to give you guys the tips. If this is something that kind of just makes you like, how you going to be cruising, or how you going to be booking a cruise a couple weeks before you set sail, then that's not going to be the video for you. Being flexible is going to get you great value. Let's get into the solo supplements, because I do not like how a lot of these cruise lines do this. Virgin, they say that everything's included, but yeah, you're going to pay over $1,000 for all of their cruises. I have not seen one that is of value. Same for Royal Caribbean. You're going to end up paying double for one person. I know Norwegian, they are known to be the best as far as for solo cruisers, but you're still going to be paying a pretty penny. And I don't even want to start with Carnival. And when you look at those two previous sites that I was telling you, sometimes Carnival doesn't even show up. You know, that's known for the booze cruise. I don't want to be rating cruise lines. I'm just telling you, I'm going to follow the deals. I'm not saying that Norwegian does not offer deals. You might be able to snag something with Carnival. I just haven't seen it. I want my cruise to be 500 or below, preferably 5 days or more. So this is very rare. I'm not really a cruise person. I might do one every decade. So we'll see. MSC is kind of changing my mind. You feel me? Cruise lines try to get you. The solo supplement, it is an extra fee you pay when you are the only person in the cabin. All right. They're going to make up for that cost by charging it to you. Sometimes it can almost be the cost of a second person. And I've noticed this when I look at the solo cabins. I'm like, why pay for such a small space when it's so much, when I could get more room with a balcony on a different cruise line? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. To avoid this, you need to look for cruises that advertise no solo supplement, or, like I said, reduced single supplement. MSC has been shown to do this, and I find that they offer it more than other cruise lines. Another tip, you want to be able to book last minute. Again, the cruises are trying to fill the ship. They don't want those cabins empty. So if you are flexible and you are looking during the months where it is not high peak sailing, you might be able to find a reasonably priced cruise. Cruise lines would rather discount a cabin than sail empty. The next tip is choosing an inside cabin. That's also going to help cost low. And sometimes it is cheaper to book the guarantee cabin. For this cruise, I did cruise only. Like I told you, I booked the interior. They just so happened to upgrade me to the deluxe balcony. I didn't know. That was icing on the cake for me. The guarantee cabin is where the cruise line assigns your room. Some people don't like that. I went in with no expectations, and I ended up getting an awesome package, y'all. The key here is flexibility. You need to be flexible with your dates, flexible with the ship, flexible with the cabin. These type of deals are going to work for the type of traveler who has a flexible schedule. They aren't really loyal to a particular cruise line. They're open to non-American cruise lines. MSC is Italian. Living near the port, that's also going to be a huge plus, because the catch is, depending on where you live, you still need to get to the port. So you're going to have to pay for flights last minute. I was able to get affordable flights too. So again, it worked out for me because I do believe that month it was before Christmas and it was, early enough where it wasn't where I'm spending more on the flights than the actual cruise. If you're living near the port, this is going to be great. I would say that a lot of the deals that I found were departing from Florida. The motto here is book first, plan later. You see something that's in your price range, I would say 500 or below. 400 is not bad either. I've seen some people in the Facebook group. Shout out to y'all. Y'all's tips helped me immensely, and I was able to have a successful sailing. This was not my first cruise, but it was my first time with MSC. Final tips. You need to be flexible. Check Cruise Plum Vacations to Go, and you can get your final booking on the actual cruise line's website. Check those sites often. You never know when those prices are going to drop. And then that is when you take action. Don't keep waiting like, oh, I want to see if it's going to go lower. Oh. No, honey, this is when you need to buy. These deals disappear quickly. These types of deals are for travelers who are flexible. Their schedule is flexible. They don't necessarily have to be on a particular cruise line. They aren't trying to have a particular cabin. They are flexible with everything. Like, go into it with no expectations and you might be surprised. With the cabins, you want to have its inside one, get the guaranteed room, and be okay with interior cabins. And if you are a solo traveler, I do believe that you are going to be able to find the best deals. I did not have the drink package. I did not have the Wi-Fi package. This was cruise only. I just wanted to prove a point for YouTube and just get that $300 price tag on the thumbnail so people will click on it. Look, y'all, I was like, this is too good to be true. I need to see why. I would have been fine completely with the interior room. In fact, I even had all my B-roll shots and all of my content prepared to shoot the interior room. And then I was talking to a friend. They were like, you were upgraded to a deluxe balcony? You better do that. Okay. The flexibility here is going to lead you to great value. This is not if you are a family and you have to kind of book around school dates. It's not going to work for spring break. It's not going to work for summer. Okay. You need to check the sites weekly, be flexible with your dates, search multiple ports, and remember that deals disappear fast. And then that's how I was able to cruise solo without paying double. I'm not capping. If you enjoyed these budget travel tips, go ahead and like this video. Be sure to subscribe. I like how YouTube has the animations for the like button. Travel channels, we get a cute little plane. Some of you might have already seen this. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the comments. And I'm going to see you in the next video where you're going to hear my first impressions of MSC. Sorry, y'all, the light went out.